That was my fault, y'all. That was my fault. I can't even blame Instagram. My phone died. So let's see. Let's see if the people come on back. That's my fault. My phone powered off. That's my fault. I can't even blame Instagram. I can't blame Instagram. It's my phone. But as I was saying, they want to see, like, if you have a detailed budget, it just makes you, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about they want something to see. Okay. So what the businesses or the organizations want is they want, y'all can't hear me? My stuff is always bootleg. Can y'all hear me or you can't hear me? We can hear me or we can't hear me. We can hear me or we can't hear me. We can hear me. Or can someone say yes, y'all can hear me, or no? Okay, bam, you can. Bam, okay. So, no, you don't have to pay the grant money back, but they're looking for, you to have done something with the money, because the organization, the business, whoever is giving this grant money, they got the grant money from somebody, right? So they went to their donors, their people, their organizations that donate to them. And so at the end of the year, they want to run back and be like, hey, you gave us $1 million. And out of that $1 million, we gave away blah, blah, blah grants. And here's story number 1, story number 2, story number 3. So this year, can we do 1.5? Okay, so they're wanting to give the money away to a business that they feel like is going to do something with the money, so they can put them on the website and have this great story. Okay, so if you are in my grant bundle, if you're on any grant application, 9 out of 10 times somewhere on that website, you're going to see last year's winners. Okay. It's going to be a picture or the logo and some little paragraph synopsis of who the business is and how their business has grown. That's who they want to give the money to. Someone that they feel is going to do something with the money. Okay. So another thing that we want to make sure that we're not doing, that we are just not doing this, sitting here waiting for some money to start our business. Okay. Granted, we may need some help funding our business. We may need some finances to help get this thing going or growing. But all this other people's money, that's great. But you need to have some skin in the game, meaning you need to have some of your money invested in the business. If you have no money invested in the business, it just looks like, well, if this is such a great business idea, if this is such a great thing, then how come you haven't invested in yourself? So you need to have some skin in the game. Now, with having some skin in the game, that may mean, like, if we are starting a new business, what is going to be the lowest barrier to entry? Meaning, what can I do just to get in the game? It may not look how I, in my mind, I envisioned it to be. I may not have the best packaging. I may not be able to have every, ingredient in the world that I want in there. What can I do though, just to get something going? Okay, if I can't afford inventory and a website, can I at least have a website? Can I at least have my LLC done? Can I have maybe one SKU item or what have you put into the business? Because I do get a lot of grant calls and, I need 50 grand to start my business. And that's great. Okay, you need 50 grand. Well, how out that 50, how much, have you put in? I'm waiting to get funded. Like, that's just not how business works. Okay. I'm not saying, like, you need to have some skin in the game. You need to make some sacrifices. You need to not be at happy hour for 6 months, not have your lashes done, not have your nails done. Do some kind of sacrifice and save up that money, save up that Starbucks money, save up that eating out money, save out them going on them dates money. You know, don't shop. Save up that money and get something started. So granted, you may need some more money. The business is always going to need money. I don't care how much you save up. I don't care. Your business will always need money. So you're always going to have something to ask for. But once again, you know, there's going to be multiple grant applications. We're trying to have our grant application stand out. So if I'm looking at someone who is asking for some startup money, but they at least have their LLC and they have a website. It may be, you know, a little simple website, but they got them a website. They got their domain name. They got their branded email. And maybe they have one SKU or one item on the website. Okay. And then this person has all these projections and all what she needs, but they ain't got nothing. Well, clearly, the person who at least had the LLC and this little basic website and they're selling one item, baby, this is a go-getter, number one. Two, they had to sacrifice something to at least get this going. So if I'm looking between the person who's sitting at home, twiddling their thumbs, writing down all the stuff they need, but they haven't invested in themselves, they haven't sacrificed themselves, they haven't even taken that first effort to get something done, well, baby, I'm going to go with the person who at least has some skin in the game, who at least has done something to get something out there, because they're already showing me they're a go-getter. So if I give this person this money, they already have their money invested, so they don't want to lose their money, so they're really going to make something shake. Versus the person sitting at home with their hand out, nothing invested. So if I give you this $10,000 and it doesn't work, do you really care? Well, I'm not going to say that you don't care, but it's like you have no skin in the game. You've made no effort. Like, I'm going with the person who has made an effort, has some skin in the game. Okay, so when I talk to you, we can't do the bare minimum. Okay, we're trying to, like, it's not just write a grant. Like, I'm not just, hey, here's my grant bundle, throw anything together. It's a guaranteed grant, you know, just kick me some money on the back end. Like, that's not what this is. Okay. This is a real world. So I'm giving you, whether you have my grant bundle or not, I'm giving you a list of grants. I'm giving you the grant template so you can kind of see what the different areas look like if they ask for a certain area. But more importantly, I'm giving you a grant workbook. The workbook is going to give you questions to ask yourself. It's going to give you adjectives, you know, to use as you're writing out your statement of need, which is why do you need the money and what you're going to use the money for. You're going to have to put some effort into this, okay? Can you hire a grant writer? You certainly can. And if you get the grant bundle, I can give you a grant writer. However, there's a lot of grants in the grant bundle. So I know you're busy. I know you have a lot to do, but at one point in time, you know, you didn't know how to walk, you didn't know how to read, you didn't know how to do math, but you learned how to do those things. So as a business owner, you know, and we may be a little, you know, short on funds, why not at least learn how to answer these questions? So once a month, you can just take a Sunday out the month and maybe apply for 5 or 6 grants. Okay. Just, you are going to be saying the same thing. You're going to have your same backstory. You're going to have your same need as to why you need the money. The only thing that will really change will be your budget, because your budget needs to be around what the amount of the grant is. So we may have to take some things off for a smaller grant, add some more things on for a larger grant. But what if you or someone in your on your team just took one Sunday out of the month and you apply for all the grants that were available in the grant bundle for that month, or you apply for all the grants that you Googled that was available for that month. And then every month you are continuously applying for 5 or 6 grants. That's going to increase your chances of even getting a grant because you're applying to multiple grants. Now, let's just say we need a larger amount of money than what the grants are that we're applying for, but let's say we get 3 grants. Now you're able to piece 10,000 here, 20,000 here, 15,000 here. We can piece together some real money to put into our business to make something shake. But it's like, realistically, it's going to be very expensive to have a grant writer just on deck like that, especially if we're a new business or if cash flow, is a little skim. So in my grant workbook, I'm trying to teach you how to answer these questions, but I'm telling you also right now, you have to make who you are and what you're doing stand out from all of the rest. How you make yourself stand out is you got to have a compelling story. It ain't got to be long. You ain't got to write, a 10-page essay. Make everything short, concise, and answer the question. Okay. We don't need to have 2 paragraphs of ad libs. It ain't got to be long. Okay. Short and concise. Because mind you, the grant reviewer is having to read all of these things. Answer the question. It doesn't have to be all fancy and big vocabulary words, but be able to sell your story, whatever your story is. Okay. Highlight what we need to highlight. Don't bring up what we don't need to bring up. But it's like, I always feel like you can sell your baby the best. If we line up all of our kids, whose kid's the best, every mama can, do a long dissertation on how great their kid is. Although their kid's probably bad as hell, we can always sell our kids. So who can sell your business the best? Why did you even get into the business? What sacrifices have you made? You know what? I decided that I really wanted to get into the so-and-so business because I just love this industry. So I took out my 401k, I quit my job, and me and my husband have been working this full time for the last 3 years. We are doing great. We just now need to get some more updated equipment to be able to take on more jobs. Okay, I had a grant consultation. This person put stuff in some kind of thing that goes into a cell phone. Okay, I know that's the best way I can explain it. All the words and vocabulary she used for it, can't repeat it, but what she does is she puts something on some kind of something that goes into a cell phone. But now, whatever contract she has with different cell phone companies, she has too much to do, and it takes her days to do it, where if she has some kind of machine, forgot the name of the machine, she can get it done in hours what takes her to do in days. Okay, so we got to talk about how successful we are in doing what we're doing, but it just takes us days. But I'm having now to turn down business because I don't have the proper machinery to be able to, do this at a higher level. So if I got this grant, I can now get this machine, and not only can I knock out what I'm already doing, I already have money sitting at the door. A lot of times when we're in our business, we're turning down money because we can't carry it all. We can't take on any more new clients. We can't do anything faster. So we're having to turn down money. How much would your grant proposal stand out if you explain to the grant reviewer, like, hey, there is money right outside my door. I could pick it up if I had another cargo van. I could pick this money up if I had one more machine. I could pick this money up if I was able to hire 2 more staff members to my team. I could pick this money that's right outside. I ain't got to call for it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not hoping this is going to work. The money is sitting right here outside my door, but I need some more equipment. I need more inventory. I need more staff to be able just to go pick up the money. Now, you're trying to pick up some more money that's sitting outside your door, but you don't have enough staff, equipment, or inventory to get the money. And that's going to get someone who's saying, I think I want to start a clothing line. I don't have my LLC. I haven't put none of my money in, but I want y'all to give me $20,000. I want to get some shirts. I want to get some sweatshirts. I'm going to have some. Who are you picking? I'm picking the person who's saying that there's money outside the door. Okay, now what do you need to go pick up this money? You need a cargo van and this one machine to help the wheelchair. Bam. Let me give this person this money. Because at the end of the year, when I contact her, she already said she's turning down contracts. You know, she's missing out on money because she doesn't have this. Once she gets it, then I'll be able to, we'll have our story. We'll have our person to put on the website. Look what our grant did for this business. Hey, this person increased her revenue. This person got 2 more locations. So you gave us this amount last year. Can we get more this year? That's how all of this works, okay? Are there grants for certain industries? There are. Are there just general grants for small business that every business will qualify? If you have an LLC and a business bank account, yes. Are there grants for women-owned business? Yes. If you are a convicted felon and you own an LLC, can you apply for grants? Yes. Okay. So when it comes to grants, any business besides firearm, if you're in firearms, don't even apply. That's guns, all that, don't apply. Depending on where you are in the sex industry, we may or may not be able to get something in. But besides that, there's really a grant for everything. There's a cannabis grant. Like there are certain industries that will have a industry specific grant. Okay, like a restaurant industry, lounge industry, veterans. If you're a vet, they got a whole bunch of specific grants. Okay, if you're a woman-owned business, they got a lot of grants. Then they also have grants for just small business. You got you a small business? That means you have a business. If you got a business, then you can apply for a grant. Grants are not going to be like loans and lines of credit to where there's all these requirements to get the money. The main requirement is going to be, well, you need to have an LLC unless you're going to apply for a startup grant. And you got to have a business bank account for the grant money to go into, okay? But all the restrictions are going to be on the larger side. So you could not have made more than $15 million to apply for this grant. I'm sure everyone on this live, will qualify for that. You can't have more than 550 employees. I'm sure everyone on this live, can meet that requirement. You don't have any more employees than 550. So most of the requirements or the restrictions on a grant are going to be on that high side, meaning I want to block out a big business who really doesn't need this money because I want to give it to a smaller business who really does need this money. Okay, so there's not that many restrictions. What you need to do is make your business, why you started, what you need the money for, and what you're going to do with it, bring it to life. Okay, if we are a startup business, meaning we don't have a business yet, or we're pre-revenue, like we're not really making money yet, but we're starting it. We are in the beginning phase. We need to make our number a little smaller. Okay, so asking for $50,000. And we are pre-concept, pre-revenue, meaning we haven't made $1 for real. Like no one's giving you $50,000 and we haven't made a dime. Okay, so if we're a startup grants are going to be around between $25,000 and $5,000. However, you can apply for more than one grant. Okay, so if you need the 50, don't look for the $50,000 grant and we don't really have any revenue, because you're competing against another company that does have revenue. Okay, so I have Bubba's Barbecue and I have a 3-hour wait on the weekends every weekend. If you gave me $50,000, I can lease the space next door, turn that into another dining room, add more tables and chairs, and now not only do I decrease my wait line, I will now have more clients, because with a smaller wait, more people will want to eat here. Okay, so who are you going to give the 50 grand to? Bubba's Barbecue, they got money waiting at the door. They can turn more tables over if they have more space. Or you, brand new business, get it together, Joy, pre-concept, pre-revenue, you think your idea will happen, give me that 50. They're going to give it to Bubba's Barbecue, okay? If you come on down to that $5,000 grant, you may be able to get that. But like I say, there are grants offered all throughout the year. February, March, April are really heavy for the grant months. What if we got five $5,000 grants? That's $25,000 that you can have towards your business, okay? Can you apply for more than one grant? Yes, you can. If you have more than one business, can you apply for the same grant in the different business name? Yes, you can. This is another reason why I be saying, don't have one LLC and all these DBAs underneath. Like besides asset protection, every LLC you have is a separate entity, which is another person, which means this person can either apply for a grant. This person can walk into a dealership and get financing. This person, aka the LLC, can walk into the bank and get a line of credit or a loan. Okay, so if you have multiple LLCs, then each LLC, if it has a business bank account, can apply for the same grant. Okay. Now I have a grant bundle that has the grant workbook, that has the list of grants. January dates are updated. If you got the grant and you're seeing all these, year 22, my little personal assistant is sick. Give her some time, but she is updating them all to give you the new due date. 9 out of 10 times it's going to be the same due date. Take away a day or two, but it's going to be 23. So all the grants in the grant bundle are going to be available again this year. Plus every month we add more grants as they come available. You're just worried about the grants that are due now in January, or at the top of the list will be those that are offered every month or continuous, so there is no real due date. They're always available. You want to focus on those, okay? February, March, and April. I think she started on February already, but she's not done. Just give her a couple more days, okay? But a lot of times, the February, March, April, they may not even be accepting applications yet, okay? So we will have all of those dates updated for the whole year. Some of the applications, if you're not looking just in January, like those that are like later on in the year, you can't even apply to them right now, okay? So after the due date is due, it's about a 90-day window for a turnaround. So if you already have the grant bundle, focus on January's grants, okay? Then come February, you can apply for February's grants. Then March, you apply for March's grants. Then April, you apply for April's grants. If you have the grant bundle, you have lifetime access. It's a Google sheet. So the second that we make an update on our end, it'll update on your end, okay? But I was trying to, let me see, turn my computer back on. I wanted to show you guys, this is going to be a startup grant, and I wanted to kind of show you like how simple. Can you turn your camera around? Now see, this is how I'm about to mess stuff up. Let's see if I can turn. What does this do? Bam. There's juice. Okay, so this is going to be the Soul Gal. This is going to be a startup grant for female entrepreneurs. Okay, apply now. Let's see. Okay, let's go. Oh, my name's here. Okay, Joy Hunt. Okay, now this is the actual grant application. Okay, so do y'all see how? Okay, you see how it is just asking me to type in some information. Okay. Bam. Asking for your zip code. Okay, my little pronouns. Company name. Company website. Okay, so tell me if anything yet you guys feel like you got to pay a grant writer to do. Okay, so some of these applications are real simple. How do we hear about it? We'll say a Google search. Jesus. Company industry. We'll say financial service. If selected, how would you utilize the grant capital? So maybe let's do branding and marketing. Would you like to, of course, we're going to want to sign up. You know, we're going to want them to think that we're, that's the grant application. Okay. That was the grant application right there. Okay. That right there was the grant. Now, how much is this how much was this little grant? Okay, so they have a couple of options. Let me go back to my little list. Because one says 5,000, 10,000. Okay, so that was the grant application for a $10,000 grant. Okay. Now, did they even ask you, like, all this whole live I did, I couldn't even type out nothing about who I was and why I do what I do. I didn't even get a chance to type in that in but see, that's just how simple some of these grant applications are. Okay, now some are going to be able to ask for a budget and, type in all what I just, boom, boom, boom. But, that was the grant application. So email, that's why I say having some of the basic things. Okay, so having a branded email address. That's going to cost you, a domain name may run you $20. Their branded email is going to require you to maybe $3 a month. Okay, it asks for the website. They want to at least go somewhere to look at your business. Like, who's your business? What do you do? What do you sell? So, do you need to have a website? Some applications are going to say no. However, who are you competing against? Like, it's not, a lot of times we don't need to look at what the requirements are. You need to assess, who am I up against? Okay, forget what they're saying the requirements are. I know I'm going to be applying against a business that has a website address. So have you a website? Okay, does it have to be a $10,000 website? Does it have to be $1,000 website? Honey, if I'm on a budget, I'm about to go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. There's something called Wix, Wix.com. Maybe for $100 or maybe even $50, you can go ahead and they have templates. You can design your own website. Squarespace.com, you can design your own website. Okay, now is it going to have all the bells and whistles? No, but I can answer that question. Here's my domain name. When you click on it, it's going to have my logo. It's going to have my face. It's going to have whatever it is I'm doing. I would rather have a simple or a basic, whatever the words you want to use, website versus no website. You can go on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and I mean, you can get you like a little level 1 designer, and maybe for like $300, get you a little website. Just put some effort in. So when they're going through, and baby, you saw this little 10-second application. When they go through this little application, at least you have a website. Because they may be going through them and saying, okay, well, they ain't got a website. I'm going to just, shoot them over there. So have a branded email address, have a website. Do you need to have an LLC? Some of the startup grants are going to say, you don't have to have an LLC. Wouldn't you just want to have an LLC just to show that you have a real business? Just to kind of give your business like a little extra oomph, like at least I have my LLC. So it's kind of like, instead of asking like, what's the bare minimum that you have to do to get something? This is free money. You can either get my grant list, you can Google grants, okay? Like finding the grants out. My grant list has grants you won't be able to find, but you can Google you some grants. You can go on Google and type in grants, your industry. You can Google you some grants, okay? When you apply for the grants that you Googled, okay, you are still competing with other businesses. So once again, it's free money. Because it's free money, multiple people are going to be applying. So why not put your business in the best foot? Why not have your business have its best foot forward in your budget? Give it your best shot, okay? But mind you, you're going to be applying to multiple grants every single month. So maybe right now our website is booming. Maybe right now you don't have your LLC, okay? I mean, hey, we just had Christmas. I ain't knocking you. So the grant you apply for in January, maybe we don't have our LLC, okay? But in February, okay, now you see right there that grant didn't even ask if I had the LLC. So maybe I applied for a grant in January, but then in February, I went and got my stuff together and I did get an LLC. And then in March, I have my LLC and I have my website and I have my branded email address. And then in April, I got my LLC, I got my website, I got my branded email address, I got my business bank account, and maybe I got me some sales. So, it's like who you are today or who your business is today is going to be different in 4 months. It's going to be different in 6 months. It's going to be different in a year. So as you're continually applying for grants, your business is always changing. So it's like, if you can't put your best foot forward, at least put a foot forward. All they're going to do is tell you no, right? So if they tell you no, okay, you're in the same boat that you was in right now. So you ain't lost nothing, okay? But every month, something should be changing with your business. Maybe you are coming up with a better statement of need. If you guys want me to help you come up with your statement of need, I have a grant call that you can book. It's 30 minutes, $99. I'm going to ask you a laundry list of questions to pull from. How do I get this story to paint your business how I feel like it should be painted to stand out with the competition? Okay, but every month, if we're not getting any leads, if we're not getting any hits, let us revamp our statement of need. Talk to somebody. Hey, if I was asking for some free money and I said boom, 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 what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's money out there to help you, okay? Whether you get my grant bundle and call me, whether you Google it, just go get the money. Just go get the money. It's out there. And the more you apply, you just saw the application. The more comfortable you get with the applications, eventually you're going to find your mix. Oh, they like to hear about A, B, and C. And then once you find your mix and you keep applying, every 90 days, what if you were able to get some additional cash flow into your business? A little $5,000 here, a little $10,000 here, a little $2,000. I mean, baby, eventually we can piece together a nice little chunk of change to make something shake. But you have to at least apply, and you have to apply with your best foot forward, okay? So think about why you started your business. Think about who you are. So whether we have industry experience, we have business experience, we have life experience. Maybe you were homeless at one point in time, and you went from being homeless to now you have turned your life around. I mean, all of that is stuff that a grant reviewer wants to hear, okay? What do you need the money for? What are you going to use the money? Stay away from paying off debt. Stay away from, stuff that's not going to make you money. Okay. I need money to pay my payroll. I just need some money to keep my lights on. Baby, that's not a grant. You just need some help in business. You just probably need a marketing, like a little marketing consultation. You need some more sales, but that's not what we need a grant for, because you can't get you can't get your business going. Okay. So you really want to make sure that our statement of need is really compelling. But like you just saw for that startup grant, and now y'all been on this live and I done ran my mouth and applied for a grant. Okay. With one hand holding the phone. So stop being intimidated by, well, can you do it for me? You guys can apply for these grants. They are really, really simple, as I just showed you. Okay. So that was the I'mSoGal.com Black Founder Grant. When did she do? I want to say she may be a continuous grant. I don't think she has a due date. See, some grants, they offer monthly. Some grants, they just offer like every 30 days. Some grants, like there aren't a due date. So on those grants, if you have the grant bundle, they'll be at the top of the list that says continuous. Okay, baby. Everyone needs to, if you're a girl if you're a female entrepreneur, baby, if you're a female entrepreneur, or Black non-binary founder. What does non-binary mean? Let's Google that. What is non-binary? Let me see. Non-binary. Oh, okay. So they don't identify as a male or a female. Okay. I'm for it. Okay, so funny for this grant, you need to be a Black woman, or you need to be a Black non-binary. Okay, so if you don't call yourself a man or a woman, or if you're a woman, you can apply. Okay, so, and there is no due date. There's no due date. Okay, so if you are non-binary, or if you are a woman and you're on this live, I will actually, I'm not going to put it in the caption because, if you was on this live, you're not going to get it, but it's going to be, I am so gal. In fact, let me turn my little camera around. There's Deuce. Okay. That is the website. I'mSoGal.com Black-Founder-Startup-Grant. So write that down. Take a little screenshot. That is that's the website. Okay. So start working on these budgets. Start working on why you need the money. Start working on why you're so great, or why your business is so wonderful, why you started the business, who you are. and start applying for these grants. Okay, you haven't written a grant before, you're scared, you don't know how to write. Maybe pick 30 other excuses. Okay, just X that out and just start. Okay, if you just apply for all the grants in January, we can get all of our little jitters out in January. Okay, because grant season, February, March, April is going to be a whole lot of grants. And then we have April, May, June. I mean, come on, let's just get this money. I mean, all they can do is tell you no. You're going to be in the same boat you are right now, okay? So knock out, by the time you apply for 5 grants, I think you'll feel confident in the grant application. I think the word grant just throws everyone off, okay? Now, if I can apply for a grant with one hand holding a phone, freestyling, y'all need to all apply for the SoCal grant tonight, okay? So work on our statement of need, work on our budget, work on coming up with, breaking up or coming over. I'm saying all this wrong. Baby, get over this fear of writing a grant so you can just write the grant, okay? If you need my grant bundle, it's in the bio. If you want me to help you with this grant call, it's in the bio. If you want to Google you some grants, Google the grants, start applying. But every month, carve out a day of the week and just apply for all the grants that are available for that month. So every month you are putting your business with its best foot forward in front of the grant reviewer to be able to give you some money. And the more grants you apply for, the better you're going to, come up with why you need the money, your statement of need, and you're going to also increase the chances of getting some free funding into your business that's not going to affect your cash flow. Okay? Well, everyone have a great Friday night, and I will, of course, see you at the bank.